The only thing we have to fear is beer itself.
Beer. So many choices.
Oh, we no function beer well without.
Woohoo! Beer!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Busters. We're going to bring in the news and reviews of your favorite brews. I am Dan Baker, and I am joined by my co-host and brewologist,
Steph Hefner.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. And the demented and fermented,
Wayne Baker. Oh, you would have been on the last one.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking
Never
about?
mind.
Well, I mean, maybe he's just happy to see you. Welcome back again.
I forgot an episode. Oops.
Well, speaking of episodes, this is, of course, another one. And this is the one, I think, that we had scheduled the furthest in advance.
Yeah, this has been a year in the planning.
One
exact year.
Yes, one exact year, thanks to the due diligence of longtime friends here at Moo-Duck. And we are here for their 5th anniversary. Happy birthday to you. This is public domain. Well, that means we have joining us our good friends,
Mike?
And Kristen.
Thank you so much for having us out here, guys.
Yeah, it's good to have you guys. Thanks for being a part of the weekend-long 5th anniversary birthday party.
Yeah, thank you for having us out
Yeah,
here.
this is pretty awesome. You can hear there's music in the background.
There is. The
Pretty
band
great
is
cover band.
Bennett and Miller. And, yeah, they're kicking out some great tunes so far.
Really enjoying it.
Yeah, they just played Love Shack before we started recording, and it was enjoyable. The whole bar got involved. It was really cool. But here we are, man. This is cool. I'm so happy to be here. It's been way too long since we have been here. And I was saying to Wayne, when we were driving out here, not only has it been so long, I tried to come here last May. I think it might have been Memorial Day weekend of 2018.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and we were at Funk, and we were like, yeah, let's go over to Moo-Duck, and then you guys were closed, and I was so bummed.
That whole holiday weekend thing that we always do.
But
she hates it.
But hey, here we are. Good things
Yeah,
come
good-
to
good
those
to have
who
you
wait.
guys back.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. We have a flight of beer that is taunting us, but we have a lot that we have
Staring right at you guys.
I
It really is, yeah.
We have a lot that we got to do, and there's going to be a whole bunch of fun in this episode. But you out there listening to this, you know you want to watch the fun. You want to be part of it. That's why you should follow us at BeerBusters on Twitter and Instagram, BeerBusters Podcast on that Facebook thing. There's BeerBustersPodcast.com, and Patreon.com/BeerBusters is where you can go to get in on all the behind-the-scenes action. You can get your name read on the podcast for being one of the patrons on a certain level, and you get to watch and listen to those awesome punishments for those who lose the Happy Fun Time game. The one from the last episode was horrible to be part of, but I'm sure it's funny.
Yeah, that was one of the best ones. I really liked it.
That was foul, and you'll only know what we're talking about if you are a patron. So get on that. As little as $1 a month is all you need to do.
So while Dan was talking about all the cool things you should do on the internet to find Beer Busters, I was looking up the first episode we did here. Episode 57.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back in May of 2015. This is episode
179.
question mark.
180.
It's 180.
Steph and I were also having a debate over what episode number this was while you were saying all the Patreon
All right.
things. So
I was looking at the notes. I guess the notes are labeled
Notes
wrong.
are wrong. It's 180.
180.
180.
180. You know,
But
I
it's
should
been
know
a
that
long
because I just
time.
published an episode today, and I had to number it. Whoops.
Yeah. So it's been a long time. Of course, we've had. Mike's been on.
Yeah, I've been
been
on
on
a
here
time,
once.
but this
Tristan,
is
have you been on
Kristen's
since then?
I think
second.
you have. Really?
Nope.
Haven't you?
No,
Nope,
she has
just
been on
last
the
time.
first
I know
time.
we've seen you out and about.
Yeah.
But your first time back on the mic in 4 years.
Woo.
So that
Wow.
first time was actually our. I mean, I don't know if people celebrate such things as 6-month anniversaries, but the first time was actually our 6-month anniversary that you
That's
guys
right.
were here.
All right.
You guys hit us on the anniversaries, which is cool.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
It's the best time.
6 months to 5 years.
Yeah.
Here
It's
we
the
are.
best way to go.
We'll see you at 20.
Right? Right. Can we schedule that
No.
now? Can we
Yeah,
schedule
right.
that now, please?
15 years ahead of
Probably
time.
should. Let's pencil it in.
God, are we still doing this in 15 years? I hope so. I'm having
We'll
fun.
see.
I'm having
Yes.
fun.
I mean, providing that civilization is still around.
True. And my liver. Providing my liver is still around. Well, I know, like I said, we have a lot to get to, so why don't we do the news? All right.
It's all fixed, everyone. Everything says 180.
Everything's fixed? All right. I'm sure mine's going to refresh any second now. All right. I'm going to do the sad news first, and then we're going to do the fun news. The sad news... I don't know if it's... I mean, it is sad because people are losing jobs. You may have known about this company called Miller Coors. But because of the craft beer industry and the way it's going, there's a lot of shakeups with the macro beers. amid declining beer sales and the growth of trendy drinks like White Claw, no laws, White Claws, Molson Coors, who's, of course, the maker of Coors Light, Miller Lite, and Blue Moon, announced recently that they're going to cut 500 jobs and rebrand itself to a beverage company instead of a beer company.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. They're going to cut 400 to 500 jobs out of its total 17,550, which amounts to about 3% of its workforce. They said it's going to close its Denver office, and they're going to move headquarters to Chicago. And instead of Molson Coors Brewing Company, they're going to be Molson Coors Beverage Company, which is a subtle branding change, of course. But it's a big shift that they're going to focus on other things besides beer because of those fucking White Claws.
Dude, everybody's getting in on that.
I'm weird. I know. I'm against the
ones
grain,
we had
but-
at Levante were pretty good.
Well, yeah, but they weren't White Claws.
I still prefer
You need
beer.
to try Press.
What's Press? Is that
Brandolin
another?
got me onto this brand. They're hard seltzers, but it's all malt based. There's no sugar.
Oh, that's cool.
And their flavors are really delicious.
So are people really into this like healthy thing? Is that like a thing?
I
don't
guess.
get it.
I don't
mean,
know.
as a fat guy, I don't get it. You know,
I am right there with you.
Yeah, I definitely prefer beer. I don't know. I mean, White Claw obviously kind of drove the trend of the popularity of seltzers now.
Listen, like some seltzers are good. Like you
Yeah,
said, the ones we had
the
at
ones at
Levante
Levante
were
were good.
really, really good.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are, maybe it's not White Claw, maybe it's the truly ones, that it's just like, it's a hint of some kind of flavor, and I don't like it.
I mean,
it's
I-
like your LaCroix.
But see, the difference is if I'm going to drink like a flavored seltzer water, which I do, it's to hydrate. I don't want to, like if I want to drink an alcoholic beverage, I want to drink a beer.
And then there are the ones that have electrolytes in them.
That's what plants crave.
It's what plants crave. That's right. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
don't know.
more in this article about it, but it's weird to see that. Who said? Gene said it. The future of beer is not beer. This is proof. This is proof right here that the big giants are recognizing that, and they're shifting to not beer because that's the future of beer. And here we are.
Here we are.
Evil Genius, though, just came out.
That's true.
With their
As of this
seltzers.
recording, like a week ago?
Yeah, and I haven't tried them. I'm sure they're good. It's Evil Genius. You know, they make good stuff.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
But their branding on those is so great. That
It's
whole
spot
like
on.
80s like
80s, yeah.
vaporwave aesthetic.
Yep, they
is really cool.
They know how to do it. There's a reason they're a heavy hitter in Philly.
so they're going to have to be a rebranding of the beer busters, I guess, the beverage busters.
Beverage
Is that what it has to be?
Busters. I mean,
That'll be the 20th anniversary.
We've
right?
tweeted about this.
Steph and I have joked about being booze busters.
Booze
Booze
Because
Busters.
she's
I
big
get
into
it.
gin, I'm big into whiskey. Beer is not beer anymore, and here we are. You know, it's a weird year to.
I mean,
be
we've
alive.
done non-beer episodes. We've
We
done
have.
cideries. We've done mead.
Should we file a DBA as booze busters?
as booze busters? Oh man,
I do like Booze Busters.
I'll take it. I'll
Sounds
take
good.
it. It's an evolution. It's a pivot. We're pivoting.
We're pivoting.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Let's do it not live. Happy news from, and this is great to say, our friends at Victory. A couple of weeks ago it was announced that they are opening an actual Victory brewing spot in Center City, Philadelphia,
Oh,
right around the
sweet.
corner from my work, and I can't fucking wait. They have announced that they're going to take over where TGI Fridays is on the Parkway, because fuck that place. I only say that because my credit card number was stolen there, and I was never even there, so that's a whole story. The Downingtown-based brewery announced plans.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. $10 unlimited apps, though. That's pretty cool. Announced plans
No,
for.
it's not. You got really sick that night we did that.
Oh yeah. That's
Wow,
right.
really not a sponsor.
Ooh, that's a big old throwback. I forgot all about that.
I remember that.
There
Yeah.
was one in Jersey.
Wait, well, that's why. They announced plans for 14,000
burning all the
square
bridges right
foot
now.
tap room
All
and
of New
brewery.
Jersey is now out.
Yeah.
No longer sponsored.
I don't know.
anything.
We've been shitting on New Jersey for a while, and we keep going back.
New
so.
Jersey
Pennsylvania
shits on New
thing, isn't
Jersey.
it?
It
It's a
is.
New
Pennsylvania
Jersey
thing.
shits on us,
You
so
have
it's
to.
okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a love-hate relationship.
The best part of where they're going to be, besides right around the corner from my work, is the address is 1776 Benjamin Franklin Parkway. Currently there, it is a TGI Fridays. It's not clear when they're going to shut down. And this fact is interesting. That TGI Fridays opened in 1990 and is one of Center City's oldest restaurants.
Wow.
That's depressing.
Wow. When did TGI Friday start as like a chain, I wonder? I didn't even think they were around that long.
Should we look it up?
I mean, it's
Was that somehow the first one? I mean,
maybe it
that'd be
was.
crazy.
Maybe
The first TGI Fridays ever.
the
Yeah.
flagship Fridays.
I feel like that's not true.
Probably not.
It's
I
probably
don't-
in like Columbus.
I also feel like it's not that important, but I think Dan's looking it up anyway.
I wasn't gonna, but now I am. Long story short, Victory's going to open at some point by the end of 2020 in Center City. They had Victory Beer Hall at Xfinity Live, but
Right.
this is going to be a brew house. They have a 10-barrel system they're putting in there, too.
Also, while Dan is looking that up, more Victory news. We are going to be
Yes.
doing podcasting a Dark Wednesday.
Yes,
this
that's
year,
going to be
which is
very
going to be pretty
fun.
awesome. So we'll be back at Victory again.
According to the internet, the first TGI Fridays restaurant opened on March 15th of 1965.
Holy shit!
we were
First
way
Avenue
off.
and
Yeah.
63rd Street in New York. Alan Stillman, who was a perfume sailor, opened it
A perfume
he-
sailor.
so that he gets to know.
He sailed on seas of
Oh my
perfume.
God! So he could get to know single stewardesses that lived in his neighborhood.
Whoa!
That's
Whoa.
taking creepy to a whole different level. So we
Whoa.
got from perverted to $10 apps, unlimited apps.
I think that's a good place to end the news.
It is. It is. That was a wild
Let's
ride.
move on.
Let's Moo-Duck on.
Oh my God!
Yep, here we are. It's a pun-filled night, I'm sure. We're here. We're back. It's so much fun. I can't believe that it's been 4 years since we've been here, and I love that Moo-Duck has been here for 5 years now. How's it been? Like, how's the ride been? Has it been a wild ride, smooth ride, crazy ride, can't believe it kind of ride? Uh-oh.
It's been a great ride. Like, we're lucky. We're blessed. Where can you just hang out with a big bunch of group of friends all the time and just, watch people enjoy your beer and I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's been fun. It's been, owning a business is never easy.
Right.
So there's been some trials along the way, but for the most part, it's been a fun ride that's only getting started, I think.
That's a good way
We're
to look
still
at
young. We're only 5,
I don't know. I feel like in brewery years,
Yeah,
probably,
that's a
you
really
know.
good point.
especially now.
Well, I mean, it's funny because, so 5 years ago when we opened, we were number 2,500 something.
it. Oh, yeah. And now
So it's
like,
more than doubled, almost
yeah,
tripled.
Yeah,
since
we're almost
we've
at
opened.
8,000.
Yeah.
yeah.
So in that respect, it's like, wow, it's hard to believe 5 years has been that big of a change, but
Yeah.
it's been good.
That's good. Do you think you're part of the reason you've been successful for the past 5 years is because you've created this sort of community environment in the tap room?
It's
as a
exactly
brewery?
who we are.
Yeah.
It's exactly who we are, and we don't pretend to be anybody else. We're not trying to be the next big thing. We're not
Right.
distributing beer all over the world.
Not
and
opening 5
trying to big
satellite
thing. We're not
locations.
opening satellite
Yeah.
locations. Like, we want to just be a cool spot for people to hang out. And
So you're not going to kick out any TGI Fridays?
no, I mean,
Not
well,
yet.
maybe not yet. But
Not yet.
That's year 10.
You're 10. Okay.
Yeah, year 10.
I just said today, actually, watching people walk in here, that one of the things I love about this place is that people will walk in here to go to their seats and have to stop 3 times to talk to people that they know but didn't know that we're going to be here. Everybody
Yeah.
just knows each
Right.
other. It's become a community place.
and it's cool to see people most of those people who had to stop and talk to somebody, they wouldn't have known that person before
Except
we were
for-
here.
Yeah, they,
So
they knew each other
the
because
amount of people
us.
that have become friends and the amount of connections that people have made here is pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and I think, that's, and we've talked about this on the show a lot recently as the beer market gets more and more crowded. I think the breweries that are most successful are the ones that are like sort of that neighborhood place to go,
Yeah.
that cool place to hang out,
Yeah.
not the place that's distributing, to
Yeah.
20 different states or whatever. And I feel like you guys had that vibe from the beginning.
Yeah, we
That's
did right
probably
from the start. I guess
served
we were
you well. Yeah.
pretty ahead of the game there at that point somehow,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
way. But it's what we've always been. It's what we're always going to be. We get pressure even now when you move into a bigger place, when you're doing the next thing.
When you opening
and
second location.
when you're opening a
Yeah.
second location, all these kind of questions. And, we love this location. We've busted out some walls to create some more room at this location for seats. And, there's no reason to move when you have a
Yeah, one of the things
cool,
we're
good
known
thing
for
going here.
is that we're always here. So if we open a
Right.
second location, you're going to lose that.
Oh, true.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So that.
So no second location.
No, never. You
Breaking
heard it here
news.
first. It's never going to happen.
So this year for your anniversary,
And no seltzers.
And no hard seltzer
No seltzer.
for now.
for now.
This year for your 5th year anniversary, you guys changed it up and you're celebrating all weekend long. Talk about what this weekend is going to entail.
Well, you can hear it right now, I think a little bit, right? We have music. We have Hopheads gear. Selling shirts that.
We have the Booze Busters.
The Booze Busters are in the house.
Jeez.
Talk about seltzers.
And then the tradition has always been the King Slava beer.
Yeah.
And that's going to continue to be a tradition every year. Some people still want a good Russian Imperial Stout, that tastes like beer. And so that's
Not like cake or
and not like cake
pastries.
or pastries
Yeah.
or any of those things.
Yes, I would like a Russian Imperial Stout.
Speaking of,
Can
do
you
you guys
not like
still
that
have
again?
Slava going back like all through the years?
We
from
do.
each year?
So, yeah, it's been fun actually this week. A lot of conversation around the bar has been, what years do you have yet? What years do you have yet? Like, I got every year but the first year, or I'm missing year 2, or so there's been a lot of talk of that, which has been kind of fun. But yeah, we do have vintages of all years in bottles for sure, and I think I still have most of them in kegs.
Oh, wow.
As well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So today we have the what we're calling the Naked Slava version. So this version that we released today has not been in a barrel. So it's just a plain old, big, bold Russian Imperial Stout, and it's awesome. We'll try that here in a little bit.
I was just going to say, that sounds like a segue. Do we want to just sip on it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Start early.
Let's do it.
Wait, no, that's not.
It's actually Mistopheles.
Oh, we don't have that one yet. Never mind.
Damn
Cut
it.
that
We
part
can
out.
drink this anyway.
So yeah, what we poured a first flight here, and these are just year-round beers. We thought it'd be cool to revisit them. Most of these you guys probably, 3 of the 4 you would have had the first time we were here.
I can tell you exactly what we had. I still have the episode pulled up. Honey Basil Blonde,
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Just
yeah.
for Fun Ginger Saison,
Okay. Yeah.
Double Danger Imperial Blonde,
All right. The Double D. Yeah. So it's springtime. I remember. Right.
Spicy
Yeah.
Toad,
Oh my gosh, that's a small batch.
Yeah,
of
Double
that,
Danger. I remember we had that.
yeah, Purple Carp Irish Red,
Yep.
409 Amber, Apricot Pale Ale, Hoppy Toad IPA, and Mistopheles Chocolate Stout.
So Mistopheles has been a beer we've had from day one. So one of the things we changed is on opening day we had 6 taps, which is pretty crazy to think back to, and now we're up to 12 or 13 if you count the small little kegerator we have behind the bar. So that's one big thing that's different. But Mistopheles has always been one of our favorites. So originally it would have been a chocolate stout, and we've had some people in reminiscing over 5 years that say, when are we going to have the chocolate stout again? So it might be time to do that. But this one is just a plain Imperial Stout. We've messed with this recipe a little bit and done coffee in it and done some other adjuncts. But we thought it'd be cool for 5 years just to go back to just a nice
the
Imperial
nice,
Stout.
straight, original, just like
Yeah.
the Naked Slava, the
Yep.
Naked Mistopheles.
So it's 8% beer, about 50 IBUs. It's slightly on the hoppy side, but still got all the nice roasty notes that you expect in a nice stout.
It drinks really nice, and I know Steph hates when I talk like this, but it just got really cold out,
Yeah.
and so it's really nice to sip on a nice dark stout. Steph hates the idea of seasonal
the
drinking.
weather should not affect what the fuck you're drinking. You drink what you want.
But it can complement it.
It does complement it, and we do believe in kind of brewing seasonally, but we do have a stout on all year round for those people who want to drink a stout on a nice 90-degree humid day.
Yeah.
We got it for them.
For those of us that are awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's nothing wring with that either, I'm just saying.
So we've done so many different versions of this. So we've done the coffee version, the plain version. We've done I even scaling up from our original small brewing system to our now bigger brewing system. I did a little incorrect math, and we ended up with a session stout.
Oh, nice.
Instead of an Imperial Stout, and actually it sold it unbelievably well when we did
can
it.
imagine.
So
Yeah.
it's just a nice dry roasty, session stout, and it was awesome.
I would buy the shit out of that. As
Session
much as
stouts,
as much as I love the higher ABV beers, like the Russian Imperial Stouts and all that, like there's something to be said for
Yeah.
a well executed,
Oh, yeah.
low
Oh, yeah.
ABV stout.
It was just so dry and roasty and
Oh,
so
man.
easily drink. It was awesome.
I was going to ask if you did like a coffee version of it. So I'm glad to hear that you
Coffee
did.
is one that has probably been on the most.
Nice.
And this beer's always sold well, but it's starting to get a little bit stagnant with the coffee version. So we said, let's just do an uncoffee version. And,
Yeah.
And the sales have now surged a little bit again. So it's interesting how you can just do a little tweak like that, and all of a sudden it becomes popular again.
So you mentioned you have the kegerator behind the bar.
Yeah.
Is there anything special that goes into the kegerator, or is it just to have like that one extra tap without doing a whole lot of
Yeah,
extra work?
so literally every Friday we release what we call a small batch. And sometimes they're beers where I just literally grab my old homebrewing equipment out and we make something cool and unique. Sometimes we'll do something like we'll take Mistopheles and just add something to it. But literally it's our way of like forcing our regulars to come in on Friday, because that beer is going to probably go on Friday, and if it doesn't kick Friday, it's going to kick Saturday. So
It's a small,
you know,
it's a
they know.
5-gallon batch.
So it's
Oh,
literally
wow.
just a 5-gallon
Yeah.
batch.
So what's in
cool.
there today, since it is Friday?
The irony is there's nothing in it today. So today's, we wanted to have the King Slava unbarrel aged version as a little bit bigger small batch. So we did a full
Yeah.
half keg of that today. So
Cool.
that's over on the regular system for today. But
And some of the small batches have been so popular that they became large
they
batches
become large batches.
that are
Oh,
on
right.
tap all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. I think what's really in there is seltzer. Now they don't want to admit it.
Yeah, I don't want to admit it. After that initial conversation we had, it was.
That's the root
I
beer.
want it. I want it.
It's raspberry Moo-Duck seltzer.
I love
You
it.
should make a root beer.
We do make a root beer.
You do make root beer?
Our root
Oh my
beer,
God.
Yes,
it's
we have
actually
house-made root
almost
beer.
ironic. Our root beer has become so popular that we were known in this area for the root beer more than the beer in some aspects.
Yeah, so like we have a agriculture fair here in town, the E-Town Fair,
Yeah.
and it's on school property, so there can't be a beer garden,
Oh, that makes sense.
which is lame. But
well, kids, they
because
ruin everything.
people ask for it, like, when are you going to have beer out at the fair? It's like, well, I can't.
Can't.
But
Talk to
but,
your representatives.
one thing we have done is we partnered with a local church who does root beer floats at the fair,
Oh.
and
Oh,
they use
cool.
our house-made root beer with it. So
Oh, that's cool.
literally, I get to make like 10 kegs of root beer for
That's
that.
awesome.
He also makes an orange cream soda right now. That's
Wait, what?
An orange cream soda.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. We make floats with both of those here.
What kind of ice cream?
Vanilla.
What brand? I'm
Turkey
curious.
Hill.
Okay, all right. Turkey Hill's a good standby. I like it.
You
It's the
guys,
old faithful of ice cream.
you don't serve like spirits or wines or anything other than your own.
We have
We do
wine.
wine.
You have
Yeah.
wine. I was going to say if you did cocktails, you could do with your house-made sodas.
I had to pull teeth from him just to get
Just to get the wine?
wine.
The,
Yeah,
the
that's
brewer,
fair.
you know, it
Yeah.
says you're going to a brewery, drink
You
beer.
want to walk in
know,
your brewery
the
and see
whole
people
thing,
drinking
you know.
Cosmos.
Yeah, what
like,
is
what's that all about?
you know?
Well, I guess you probably have to have a. Do you have to get any extra
No,
like,
not
add-ons
if
to your
it's
license?
Pennsylvania.
No,
Okay, that's
so-
fine. I didn't know if that was included in the brewery
Anything,
license.
any liquor
Actually-
made in Pennsylvania we can serve.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you had to like apply for an extra sticker or something on it.
Now, I will say there was been some initial thought, and I'm pretty sure I shared it with you. She's looking at me now like, you never told me this. Well, I don't know what's going to come out of your mouth right now. But,
Oh no!
Yeah, I just got to say real quick, it's so much more fun having Mike on with Kristen next to him.
Yes, 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 yes.
Continue.
yeah, so I forget who it was, but somebody was drinking the root beer one day, and he said, you know what would be really good if you dropped a shot of bourbon in that.
Oh man!
So if I was ever to a cocktail of sorts here, you know, dropping some bourbon into a root beer, I think sounds pretty delicious.
How much do you think we need to pressure him by the end of the episode to let it happen?
To let that happen. Well, I mean, you could just like that's the only drink you serve.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
it.
Right.
That's fair. I think you gotta get behind
I
that.
think it's fine, right?
Yeah.
I kind of I want to
I
do
love
that.
where this is going.
Me too. Oh, me too.
So I will say the only regret I've ever had of all the different variances of Mistopheles I've done was the Golden Graham and marshmallow version.
What?
So I gave into the whole adjunct stout thing, and it was a mess. It was
Nah.
a train wreck. It didn't sell well, which is weird. And we had it on tap forever. And I thought it tasted good,
And
but
you got marshmallow all over the oven mitts.
Oh God, brewing
There
with
was that.
marshmallow.
Yes,
That's
there
got to
was
be a
that.
nightmare.
It was he
Ugh.
ruined the kitchen
Yeah. Oh my God.
cooking the marshmallows.
Guy's
What
got
should
one
we
of our
drink
shirt-
next?
This guy's got one of our shirts on.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, he's got a
you
100th episode
got the
shirt.
100th episode
Hey,
shirt.
What?
there's a,
Yeah.
there's a beer buster shirt.
Gray,
in the
gray
house.
hoodie at the
Oh,
bar.
that's Matt. He's
He's one of
Oh,
our
yeah,
best.
he's one of
the best
ours.
of our best regular guys.
We
cool. I'll still
are-
take
He
it.
came with us
we're
to your-
definitely
He was
cons-
actually with
we're
us. at
he
the
gramming
came
100th
with us to
episode.
your 100 episode.
We're-
thing.
Oh,
grabbing
cool.
him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
What should we drink next?
So Steph's jonesing for the next beer.
Yeah, let's go Purple Carp.
All right, let's do it.
One of the cool things that we can do is we can release beers like an Irish Red and have it year round, and it still sells for us, which is awesome. As a brewer, I'd love it. So this is our year round. So when we first opened and we wanted to make like, what are our year round beers going to be? We wanted something malty, something hoppy, something dark, something light. So this was our like malty beer we were going to have for the people who just wanted something easy drinking, smooth. So 4.8%, 20 IBUs, little roasted barley, some caramel malt, just super easy drinking,
We sell a ton of it.
and we sell a ton of it.
Yep.
I can see why.
Do you guys are these sorts of beers your most popular here? Like the more straightforward, traditional, like not crazy marshmallow kind of beers?
Yes and no.
Yeah, you
I
guys
mean,
have kind of run
yeah,
the
we
gamut
get
of
kind
customers.
kind of an in between kind of thing going, but this one's our beer. Like if somebody comes in and says, you know, I drink Yingling or something like that, this is our
Right.
beer that we kind of steer them towards. So
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
it's a good introduction beer. You know, we have a lot of people that come in here that aren't necessarily like craft beer geeks or something that just want to support a local business and drink a good
Right.
beer. And
Yeah.
So this is the beer that we kind of steer them to for that. But,
Yeah, it's a good like entry beer
yeah,
to
it's perfect for that.
to craft beer,
Yep, it's perfect for that.
and it's delicious on its own. As somebody who's been drinking craft beer for a very long time.
I wish there were more Irish Reds in the world.
I second that.
To be honest,
This is a beer I honestly don't drink very often, but every time I pour a pint of it,
I just noticed your
my glass is empty,
brewmaster. Oh, and Mom. Oh, that's
They all call
awesome.
me Mom.
Oh, that's so cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yes, all of our bartenders are our kids, and we're mom and dad, and
That's awesome.
goes into the whole family vibe of the whole community of the.
Oh, we're getting
whole place.
podcast
my
crashed.
God.
and Bart's taking a picture of it. Hey, everybody, look at Bart. Bart likes attention.
Bart likes attention.
Love it.
I mean,
Nice shirt.
you're not wrong.
So yeah, this is one. Every time I pour one, I drink it. I was like, man, why don't I drink this more often? Because
Yeah.
I just love it.
He said it was what, 4.8? 4.8?
4.8%. Yeah.
Gotta love
Beautiful.
Love those low ABV beers that still
Yep.
have like flavor, still have like a nice malt character to them.
It's not a boring beer. It's lots of flavor
Not at
going
all.
on.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I love about the ability to do something like that. It's very flavorful and powerful, but low ABV. You can have a bunch of them
Yeah,
before you start to
can
feel
still
it.
sit there and drink a bunch of them.
It just got quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music stopped. We're not getting bombarded by pictures anymore.
So something I thought of earlier today on the way here. It's been a long time since we had you guys on and since we featured Moo-Duck. So we kind of know your backstory, but do you want to just, for maybe listeners that haven't listened that
True,
far
someone
back,
that joined
just
in the
give us
past
sort
4
of
years.
an abridged version of like where Moo-Duck came from? Kristen is not volunteering this information.
So tired.
So
That's fair.
you know, finally we don't get the question that much anymore about the whole what does the name mean.
Yes, we do.
I mean, as much as I said,
Every day.
like when we first opened the whole first year, literally all you had to do was explain what Moo-Duck meant, and it's understandable. It's a weird name, but so Moo-Duck originally was our, or I guess I should say my. So in a previous life, before I became a brewer, I was a bird watcher, and I was entering an event called the World Series of Birding, and we needed a team name, and but as a bunch of low 20-year-olds who didn't really want to go with a conventional name, we just decided we were going to be Moo-Duck for that event.
But who named us Moo-Duck?
So the story goes even deeper in that the guy who named us was a Russian intern who was a member of the team, and
His name happened to be
it
Slava.
happened to be Slava. Yeah, so he gets the anniversary beer named after him because he was the originator of the name Moo-Duck. So it might mean something Russian. You can look that up.
Yeah, I think we talked about that
Yeah.
back then. So that's the quick and dirty version. If you want to hear more, you can go back and listen to episode 57. It's in our feed. Check it out.
It's in our feed.
Yes.
But one thing that always stood out to me from the first time we recorded here is you guys do a lot for the community. Like one of the things you do is you always have a beer where part of it goes towards charity. I know that you also use the space here for the community. Do you want to talk about that community outreach a little bit?
I think that goes back to what we were talking about originally about the feel of this place and the community of this place is that because we give so much back to the community that much of our customer base are people that benefit from that. So we have Rotarians because we host the Rotary every Monday here, and we give thousands of dollars to Rotary
So
every
the
year.
Rotary Club has been one of our better. It's going to sound bad because we give a lot to the Rotary, but it's also been one of our better business decisions was to host the Rotary Club because being a service organization, they get the whole kind of vibe that we're serving here, and there's very rare that you come in here and there's not somebody from the Rotary Club sitting here at the bar. But we give them the space for free every Monday to use. We get, I don't know, close to 50 people every Monday for 2 hours, and they drink some beers, they have their meeting, they eat some food, and it's been awesome.
We also, I mean, it's really hard for us to say no. So if somebody asks for something, we 99% of the time we'll give it back. We donate beer all the time for events.
Yeah, if you look back into like some of the original business notes that we created, it was wanting to be a sense of community, and by doing that, we wanted to fully integrate ourselves into the community and give back as much as we can. Like, it's more than just being a beer service provider. It's about making a difference in the area that's supporting us. So if they're supporting us, we're going to support them back, and I don't know. We give literally thousands of dollars away every year.
And also, if there's an event in this town or in the general area, they know they can ask us if we want to participate by physically being there or donating something. If we can, we'll be there. So we're doing something with the the Heritage Museum next Friday, right in town, the little history museum, just giving out free samples of beer just because we're part of the community. We do craft fairs, just whatever, just to be, just to be a good community member.
Root beer for the kids.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And the adults who like root beer as well as beer.
With some bourbon in it.
Put some bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Do you have any bourbon here? If not, I'm sure I can find some outside.
That would be illegal.
I know. That's why we're not going to do it.
Mike, I liked when you and I were talking back and forth, and you said about how your new slogan is "No TVs, Conversation Welcome."
Yeah, so one of the things we've been described as is a coffee shop hiding as a brewery. Because the whole
It doesn't feel like it right now.
I know it does not feel like it right
At the moment,
now.
it's a little more clubbish.
But yeah, I mean, we felt it was important to be able to sit at the bar and have a conversation, not just stare at a TV screen
Or a phone.
It's not a sports bar. We might talk about sports, but you're not sitting there staring at a screen. You're actually having a conversation with the person next to you.
That's
and you
cool.
may not have even ever known that guy before you sat down next to him, but by the end of the time you're leaving there, you're talking to him, which is cool.
Now, I have an interesting question about that. And feel free to answer honestly or not. Did it start out as you just didn't want to spend the money on TVs?
No, we
you
literally
decided to
did not
spin
want
it?
to have TV.
Okay.
Yeah, when we decided we were opening this, one of the big things was we're not going to have
TV.
TV.
And I'm a
TVs.
sports fan. I would love to sit here and watch
Yeah.
college football on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But I think it takes away from the magic of the place.
It does.
Yeah.
I've gone into bars before, by myself when I just when I'm somewhere and I'm waiting for something or whatever. I'll stop at I'll have a beer or whatever, and you sit there by yourself. And you feel awkward, so you just stare at the
Yep.
TV.
Yeah,
And I don't
you
even
stare
like
at the
sports,
TV,
but
right.
I'll sit there and watch a
Yeah.
baseball game and drink a beer because
That's how it is. It doesn't matter what's on that TV. You're going to sit there and
gonna
stare
stare
at it.
gravitate towards it. Yeah.
It literally took people over a year to stop asking us when we were getting our TVs.
Yeah, so when are the
Yeah.
TVs coming?
And
When are the TVs coming?
we knew we weren't going to do it. It wasn't going to happen. Other breweries have opened in the area since we've opened that tried to do the no TV thing and didn't last through football season, then got their TVs when football
Wow.
season started. I'm extremely proud of the fact that we've been open for 5 years without having any TVs in the house.
And now we don't get asked anymore.
And we don't get
People-
asked
people
anymore.
know.
People who come here because they know we do not
So
have televisions.
you still get a decent amount of traffic when there's big football games.
yeah,
on?
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's the people who don't watch football.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Hey, there are those people. There are those people out there.
somewhere
right?
I can go.
So you're more likely to add bourbon to your root beer before you get a TV.
We're never
Correct.
getting
We'll
television.
never
All
get
right,
TVs.
all right.
Yep.
We just actually our new website just went live yesterday.
I saw that. Yeah.
And the tagline is right there: "No TVs, conversation welcome."
Yeah,
Also,
we've
never
been adding
seltzers.
it on a lot of our T-shirts now.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's kind of been our calling, and we got to give credit to actually our local small town newspaper editor who said, how you could differentiate yourself? Tell everybody that you don't have
Tell
TV.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of what it's become our tagline. It's what we want to do. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's,
yeah. Like we released a small batch a couple weeks ago, and it was the playoffs for baseball. So it was Home Run Honey Pale Ale, and my little post said, "Oh, you can't actually watch the games while you're enjoying this beer, but please come in and enjoy the beer."
That's fabulous.
I found out yesterday there are bars in Japan where you're not allowed to go in as a group. You can only go in by yourself, and you have to talk to other people that are there. And it reminds me of that. I mean, I don't know what's to stop you from just going in as a group of friends, individually,
one
and
at a
then
time and-
meeting up there.
Pretending you just met each other.
Right,
for the first
exactly.
time.
But
I can't. Like I said, I'm amazed and humbled and very happy with the fact that the group of people, a large group of people who come here, are friends just because of Moo-Duck.
Yeah.
And they, we'll have get-togethers, we'll do all sorts of stuff, and they only know each other just from coming here.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's a staple of a good member of the community. I like that.
Yeah, speaking of, do you guys do a mug club or anything like that with your regulars?
Yeah, we do. As you can see, the two glasses we're drinking up here at the table are our Mug Club members. So, yes, it's not. We call it member club. You buy a membership to the brewery and you get lots of cool perks like your own glass while you're here to drink out of. And we have a really cool local artist who hand etches the names individually onto them. Wow.
It's called
And
Paper Artistry or the Balloon Guy.
the
out of
balloon
Newtown.
guy, yeah, whichever one you
He
want.
did our balloon columns.
Oh,
as well.
cool. Yeah.
So yeah, and they can literally put any name they want on that. I mean, that's
The style of glass changes every year.
every year it's a different glass.
Oh, that's cool.
It always has
You
a
know.
Moo-Duck on it.
The Moo-Duck looks really cool on there.
What
Yeah.
else does your membership get you then?
Well, just free bacon.
Just free bacon.
Just
That's just one of the perks. You get free bacon on any panini or pizza. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my credit card.
Some
right
people
now.
actually pay for their membership in the
Charge
free
it whatever you
bacon.
want.
Oh my God! He literally threw his credit card at the
And I was
table.
like,
Please
Yeah,
don't
right.
charge my credit card.
Hey, round on 10.
Yeah, right. No. Yeah, round
the
of
bar.
root beers.
they
That
also
would still be
get
a shot of
expensive.
bourbon.
There's a lot of people here.
they also get 2 22-ounce bottles of a beer that Mike brews just for the members that doesn't go on tap.
Oh, that's cool.
And
T-shirt. They get a T-shirt. They get 10% of all merch all the time.
and the T-shirt
They get a big party at the
changes
end of the
every year.
thing.
Nice.
The end of the membership year, they get a
And one
big
of our
party.
one of our regulars designs the T-shirt.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
it's- Yeah.
So is it true that you guys have remained debt-free through this whole thing?
Yes. We've never not made money since we opened.
Wow.
It's because they didn't buy TVs.
Yeah, the TV and the cable subscription just
Yeah.
put us right over the
It's
top.
because
Yeah.
we literally started because everything was made from scratch. Everything was handmade. Brewing equipment, cooling equipment.
Yeah, we literally built the walk-in cooler that serves the beer right now. We took old tanks and repurposed them for brewing purposes.
Old vanilla tanks.
Old from where Kristen works. We're still fermenting in some plastic fermenters, and we don't mind that. Like, literally, you could taste a beer, and you would not be able to guess whether that's a plastic fermented or a stainless steel fermented beer.
We thought about playing that game with you today, but it got too complicated. Plastic or stainless.
Yeah. No, I actually saw that in the notes. It's a pretty neat idea, but that's
Yeah.
kind of you guys have a lot going on this
Right.
weekend. Yeah, it's too much to worry about.
Well, that's interesting.
So all these things happen, and if we need to do a renovation or if we need to improve the brewery, we do it when we have the money to do it. And
Right.
We
and that's the
literally
way we do it.
bought that van outside, paid for it in full, and it was new.
Oh wow.
I don't want any debt. I didn't
Yeah.
want a card payment.
Yeah.
So we had enough money. I had to do like the math because that's my job, and make sure we could still pay people to pay for a however many $1,000 van without making any issue.
Right.
We did this renovation, paid that out in full. We did the floor. We did like $100,000.
We spent a lot of money this year,
in upgrades without losing any money or anything because we always. It's baby steps. I know these people that go huge,
Yeah.
then are in debt, and don't understand the idea of what payroll ensues and all that.
Some people open 70,000 square foot breweries just like that.
Yeah. We just-
Sometimes it works.
which works.
yeah,
but-
It can.
but it can.
Yeah, so we're pretty conservative people. Like, it's pretty obvious, but when
I
you
mean,
meet us,
I'm-
we are. But
I'm still 5 years in without getting paid for being here, though. There's that.
Well,
But I still work,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I say we're at 6.5 years without getting
Yeah.
paid.
No,
for
no,
it.
no, Moo-Duck could afford to pay me. It's just the insurance.
yeah, the
Oh,
insurance
yeah,
is the
yeah.
insurance is the kicker. But
To be fair,
But-
Beer Busters has never been in debt.
right,
That's true.
Right.
Yeah,
We
we've
haven't
never
either.
been in debt.
We don't really have many operating
Yeah.
expenses.
No, we
though.
really don't. No.
so
More
yeah,
than
we
you would think, though.
Oh no, absolutely. But
Podcasting
Oh yeah,
is not free.
Patreon.com/beerbusters.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
We need the money.
It's on the brain. It's on the brain.
Oh.
We're ordering some food.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's
yes.
one of the
So-
new things that changed. So when we first opened, it's kind of cool to think that when we opened, we had like 3 things you could eat here, and now next week we're releasing a full-on food menu.
That's
And
awesome.
It's one of the things we realized that when we first opened, people kept coming in and asking what they could get to eat, or they'd look at the menu and walk back out when
Here's
they
some
realized there
pretzels.
wasn't anything to eat. So we've continued to expand and expand and expand and expand the food menu to the point where, I mean, we still don't have waitress service, and there's still you order at the bar and you kind of do that whole thing, but there's a lot of food options now that are
Is it-
totally different. And new
Is it one of
and
those
cool.
cases where you have like a kitchen the size of a phone booth and you kick out like the most incredible food?
The kitchen isn't that small. It's just it was a like a house kitchen.
Yeah, it's definitely somebody who had this building before us
That lived
definitely
here.
was living here besides having their business here.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So it's like a house kitchen.
Yeah.
So picture like fake wood counters as opposed to stainless.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
we
wow.
are building it up more and more. You can do a lot with panini presses and little pizza ovens.
Yeah.
And,
So have you guys added equipment? Have you added like a range? Do you have like a?
No, we don't. There's nothing in there that will be conducive to frying anything ever.
Okay.
Because I never want to go there.
Go there,
I
yeah.
don't want anything fried.
No TVs, no fryers.
No
Yeah,
TVs, no
It's a whole
fryers.
other level in the food.
Well, you need like a hood then, and the
Yeah.
whole exhaust.
yeah.
and-
I'm a certified food person, and I know what's involved. I don't
it's
want
not
that.
any more than
yeah.
that. Yeah. while we wait on that, why don't we sip
Beer.
on another
I was
beer?
going to say, yeah, we have a couple beers that are left on this thing.
Toad.
Wow.
Let's go with Toad.
So we're grabbing the old Hoppy Toad now.
Hoppy Toad.
This one is the beer I will admit that has changed the most since we opened. I've always liked it. I've never loved it. And as a brewer, I continue to tinker and tinker and tinker and tinker and tinker with this beer. Never making like crazy, super drastic changes to it, but always slightly tinkering with it.
What makes me laugh is that we have a gentleman who comes in here every Saturday from 1 to 3 o'clock. He drinks 2 Hoppy Toads and he has a hot dog and he reads his book. Every now and he takes a Hoppy Toad growler home. He walks over from Masonic, the home over there, and he still insists that it tastes the same.
Yeah.
It's literally changed 1,000 times.
1,000 times, she's saying.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those. He's been drinking it the whole time.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
it's
so
just
gradual.
slight
you don't
changes the whole
notice.
time, and you
Yeah.
never really notice. But so this is our flagship IPA. This is our year-round IPA. This is our number 2 selling beer. It's got something happening to it, which I like to describe as hop creep. So it used to be clear and more West Coast, and it's slightly evolving into more hazy and maybe perhaps East Coast. At this point, I think it's kind of more of a hybrid between the two,
Yeah.
really. So it's got some haze to it. It's Citra hops, and I've always changed what the second hop is just to see out of curiosity what to do. So it's Citra and Chinook at this point, or Chinook, however. And it's just 2-row malt, just a little bit of light caramel malt. And I still think even it's 6.5%, still hits me as like a really easy drinking beer that you can really throw back and not have any issues doing that.
It does drink really easy, and I think calling it like an East-West hybrid is very appropriate.
We call that Middle America.
Middle America. This is
A Middle
It's
American
a Midwest
IPA.
IPA. Isn't that a thing now? Midwest IPA.
Is it?
It might be. I don't know. It is now.
What's next? Alaskan IPA?
Alaskan
Right. There
IPA.
has to
That's
be,
a
right?
barley wine.
It has to be.
Or a smoked
I love
porter.
it.
Yeah. What I really like about the Hoppy Toad, though, is it's got the hoppiness that's there. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's in the name, and
Yeah.
you went for that, but it doesn't overstay its welcome, which I really like about it being I guess Midwest IPA. Is that what we're landing on?
Yeah,
we're
I
calling
guess
it.
that's what we're landing
Yeah,
on.
it's not.
The one of the best descriptions I've ever heard of this beer is that it's hoppy without being an asshole about it,
Very good. Very good. Yes. Yes.
which I think is appropriate. I think it fits.
So you said this was your number 2 seller. What's your number 1?
I think that's gonna be on the next flight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, a little.
A little teaser. A little
Teaser,
foreshadow.
yeah.
I say we
I'm
gotta wait
gonna-
to find out.
You'll never guess what
I'm
our
going to
best
guess
seller
that
is.
it's hazy.
Ironically, it is,
Okay.
but not in the way you think it is.
Oh, okay. Is it a wheat beer?
It is.
Ah,
Hey,
ding, ding, ding,
all
ding, ding.
right.
Well, that's exciting.
That's impressive.
I'm glad that
I
your
know.
wheat,
I know,
is
isn't that
number
crazy?
one.
your wheat
Wow.
beer outsells your IPA. That's
Yeah.
hard to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool.
Good for this.
So this is one of those things, like, people say you have to have AZ IPA on the tap, and like I said, normally we do have one, and that's fine, and I think it's a great beer. However, you don't have to have AZ IPA.
right.
So if you sell what you stand behind, like, it'll actually sell. If, like, you can
Yeah.
get people excited in the tap room about a beer, they're going to get excited and buy it.
Yeah.
Now, I will say we have created a very diverse group of customers and a very willing to try new thing group of customers. And, I can release a barley wine, I can release a wheat beer, I can release a brown ale, just about anything, and it's going to sell. So I think part of it's luck that we've kind of hit the right spot in the right area.
Yeah.
And I think part of it's what you believe in, what you're selling.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said for having a brewery where people aren't coming for, the big can release of the big,
Right.
which is a place people want to come and hang out anyway.
Right.
And they know there's always going to be good beer, and so they're going to try and drink, the beers that they didn't wait in line 4 hours for,
Right,
that they just
exactly.
happen to have on.
Yeah, instead of the can release, we just do that small batch thing
Yeah,
every week.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they want to come in and sit down and have
Yeah.
a beer that,
Should we finish this flight off?
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
do it.
Slide
What's
off.
this
So
last
this
one here?
happens to actually be
Oh.
the.
This smells really
I know,
really
yeah.
good.
This is my favorite of our year-round beers. This is our Grade 38 Pale Ale. It's all mosaic hopped. It's all late hopped into boil.
Tons of lemon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So again, the beauty of this beer, it's 5%. So it drinks real easy. It's
Yeah.
super, super flavorful. Mosaic hops, some 2-row, just a little bit of mid-grade crystal malt in there. and just packs all kinds of flavor into a nice sessionable style beer.
Really nice. Yeah, like Steph said, like lemongrass. Really nice, sort of citrusy and like fresh, sort of grassiness to it that I really like.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Sitting next to me,
it's like I said with
is bourbon and root beer.
it's like I said with the purple carp. I got to remind myself to go back to the 38, and every time I have it, it's like, man.
Yeah.
Did you say the ABV on it? Did I miss it? I'm sorry.
5%.
5%.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Nice and easy, not too crazy. Oh, more beers are
Damn,
coming to
that's
the table.
delicious.
That is really nice. So, can we keep those? Actually, I'm saving them for a reason.
Ah.
You'll find out.
You'll find out.
You'll find out.
Thank you.
As much as I'd love to finish all these beers,
I know, right?
I have a nefarious purpose.
Oh my god.
So the Great 38 was actually, excuse me, only supposed to be a limited release, and we released it and it sold well that we released it again, and it sold so well that we released it again. At that point, we realized that this probably needs to be on the full-time list.
I can see why. Oh my god, it's great.
Can we talk about the wooden stickers for a moment?
Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really cool.
I added it to my Hydro Flask.
I might need to add that to
Yeah,
my
the wooden
hydro-
stickers were a surprise for us today. So we work with a company called Howlers Growlers, who obviously provides us growlers. He does some T-shirts for us and some other cool little merch. And he showed up today as part of the celebration and handed me a box. I opened it up and it was full of stickers. He said, hand them out, make sure people get them. So,
That's so
They're
cool.
so
they're
awesome.
special 5th anniversary stickers. They're actually made of wood, which is pretty rad. And
Yeah.
I didn't know you could make stickers out of
Neither
wood.
I know,
did
isn't that
I.
cool?
That is pretty awesome.
So this is something we've been meaning to add to our merch here, and we kind of dropped the ball with all kinds of other stuff going on here, and we wanted to have him for this weekend, and luckily he's such a cool guy and showed up, and now we have wooden stickers.
I actually thought they were like drink tokens.
Yeah, I
Remember
kind of did
seeing
too.
that
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool.
And it took me like a long while to realize that wood is the 5th anniversary gift, and that's why I was like, "What?"
You know how long it took me? Till just this second. I didn't even know that.
That's so cool.
So does that mean like for the 10th anniversary is going to make you ruby stickers?
No, that's tin. Tin
Tin-
is tin.
tin.
That
We'll
I
have 10
actually
stickers
know.
for the
Tin
10th
for 10.
anniversary.
Tin for 10.
10 for 10.
You got to make it to diamonds. What's that?
Is that what
Is that
happened?
100 or
50?
50? 50 is 100.
Hey, if we're
It's
still
not-
here at 50, I'll get some
200,000.
diamonds. That's cool.
Shine bright like a
I
diamond.
was just going to say
Oh,
the same
God.
thing.
Shine
damn it.
bright like a
So,
diamond.
dangerous question.
Yeah.
We have the other flights on the table. Should we drink them now or should we?
Well, we have
Go.
food coming too.
There's that too. I know. Should
We
we,
have
do
food.
happy fun time?
Do you want to
in the
do a
meantime?
game while we wait on
Yeah.
the food, and then we can do the food in the
Yeah.
second flight?
But we need Kristen for the game.
Well,
Well, I know.
obviously.
We'll wait until
Yeah.
she's ready.
She's
We
just
can do
getting the top seller.
Oh, okay,
Ah.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, why don't we do that?
we can just sway to Piano Man.
Maybe what we can do is we'll get the wheat. We'll talk a little bit about that, and we can sip on it while we're playing the game, and then we'll move into the second
Boom.
flight. Boom. Program. Produced.
Hashtag produced.
Hashtag produced.
We're all producers in this. Let's be honest.
And put bread in my jar.
Say,
now
man,
here it
what are
is.
you doing here? That guy.
Diddy-da.
I was just up there ordering a remedy, and the guy next to me is like, "You know what's so great about this beer?" He just like went off.
That's awesome. That's great.
So yeah, this is our top selling beer. It's called The Remedy, named after a song by Kristen's favorite musician.
Who?
Jason Mraz.
Okay. All right.
I've seen him 14 times in concert since 2002.
She's a bit obsessed.
I saw
Wow.
him front row at Radio City Music Hall.
That's impressive.
I fucking love him.
Well done. So I work in a tall corporate building. There's a lot of people there. There's this one woman that always comes through my floor, and her last name is Mraz. And every time now, I think of Jason Mraz.
So
I
this
think-
is
I think I have a lot.
I've
too.
seen a band 13 times in one
Yes,
year.
who's that?
Gee, I wonder.
I have a problem.
So yeah, so this is The Remedy. It's our top selling beer. It's an American wheat beer, so it's not a Hefeweizen, so you don't get those kind of banana and clove things. It's just a nice clean yeast, really. And then the star of the show here is there's some orange blossom honey in this beer, and then there's chamomile flowers.
I was wondering what kind of floral note I got there.
It's very nice. I like the it's citrusy.
Oh man.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That's
we have bacon on the
that's a
table.
bacon
There's
wrapped.
bacon.
Bacon wrapped pickles.
Bacon wrapped pickles.
Bacon wrapped pickles.
Awesome. Thank you. so
Bacon wrapped
much.
cheese.
Bacon wrapped
Pepperoni. and cheese.
pepperoni wrapped cheese.
What is happening in our lives right now?
Is there a cardiologist here tonight?
This is good for
Right.
the Atkins diet. There's no.
There's
Yeah,
no
no
carbs.
No carbs.
No carbs at
I
all.
don't,
have a
I don't think I
pretzels.
have to worry about carbs.
Is it keto?
My God.
I don't even really
All
know
right,
what
so
keto
we're talking
means.
about
So
food now.
bacon wrapped pretzels, bacon wrapped pepperoni and cheese, and then pretzels with what is?
No, bacon
bacon
wrapped
wrapped
pickles.
What did I say?
You said pretzels.
Did I?
Bacon
I'm
wrapped-
sorry.
with a
Cheese.
chipotle,
With the chipotle aioli.
sauce,
Oh.
which is delicious.
We have mozzarella cheese wrapped in pepperoni, wrapped in bacon.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Regular soft.
We have a
pretzels.
regular soft pretzel, and then we have a garlic parmesan soft pretzel.
And these are from Dutch Country pretzels, right?
It's a
Around
cool little
local,
Amish
yeah.
soft pretzel company right down the road.
All right. Well, I'm just going to try one of these.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
So all this is part of our new menu we're releasing next week. Some of these items actually have been on the menu already, but we think they're pretty cool, and we wanted to highlight them. Like we said, we opened up with hardly any food, and now we have quite a bit of food. And sometimes we still get the Moo-Duck's Cool Place to go hang out after dinner, where we want to kind of change that and say, hey, you can come here and get some pretty cool food and have your beer. So
But we have some people that insist on only coming here to eat all the time.
Oh, more things came.
Oh my God.
These are
Holy shit.
jalapeno cheddar hippie hot dogs in a pretzel bun.
Wow.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. The bacon wrapped pepperoni John is one of the best things I've ever had. Holy
That's really
shit!
nice.
Taking this.
Yeah.
Yeah, people lose their shit over that.
So it's really hard
Yeah.
when you're here all the time.
Yep.
To not eat those all the time. And I will say, like, we were talking a little bit about what's changed in 5 years here, so not only do I get hit by the beer, I get hit by the mozzarella bites all the time, which is
Oh
what
my
we call
God.
those.
Oh,
Because it's hard. They're so delicious. Like, every day I want to order some mozzarella bites.
Those pickles.
Yeah, they're really popular. Once people decide to order them because they're a little
Yeah, at first people were like,
It's
that's
a
really
little weird.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I
But
don't know
it's
if I
good.
want.
What is the sauce with this pretzel?
that is Miller's sweet and hot mustard sauce. It's a banana pepper sauce.
It's really good.
It's delicious. You mix it with cream cheese with pretzels.
Oh, nice.
Does somebody want a dog?
sure. Thank you.
She says somebody want a
Does
dog.
somebody
and
want to
it's
write the
Do
name?
you want me
Obviously.
to get you some mustard?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great. Thank you.
I hope you're gonna tip her.
That's true. Moo-Duck hasn't paid her anything, so I guess I have to.
Yeah, right.
Right, somebody's got a bear.
She makes out a parrot. Oh, man. Well, this is a hell of a spread.
Yeah, no.
Really nice.
I don't think I'm sharing the pretzel. Sorry.
You damn well better.
That's okay, because you're obviously not eating any of the bacon stuff, so me and Dan will
Right.
take care of that. These pepperoni mozzarella, it's like a crustless pizza.
Right.
It's like all the stuff you love about a pizza without the bread getting in the way.
Oh, yeah, we also have some pizza coming out, too, which is fun.
Pesto pizza.
Yes, pesto pizza.
Pesto
Only
non.
non-bread.
Oh, wow.
Well, this is all incredible.
Can't talk, must eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Barbecued hot sauce. Let's try
The
that.
local guy.
Yeah, so we have a local guy who makes this. We call it Starry Barbecue Sauce. It's a ghost pepper sauce, but a lot of
shit.
people hear ghost pepper and think it's gonna be super spicy. It's not. It's a pretty balanced sauce. It's got some mustard and other fun stuff in it. And
You said ghost pepper, and I had to hand it to Steph.
right, you handed it right over to Steph.
Although I did get a little for myself. I'm gonna see how this goes.
It's super smoky. Oh, there's heat. There's heat.
There's heat. There's heat. Dan, did you try the pickles?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Really
good.
I like that. The ghost pepper sauce is really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
This dog is incredible.
So the Starry Barbecue Sauce, which is the stuff with the ghost peppers in it, that's getting some thumbs up approval around thing. Every kind of holiday weekend, we try to do like a food special around it. So the Memorial Day holiday food special is what we call a Starry Dog. So it's a King's Hawaiian bun with the all beef hippie hot dog with some dill pickle relish and the Starry sauce. It's a pretty amazing hot dog.
Sounds like it.
You need to get a vegan hot dog.
I know we should, right?
We'll get hippie meats on that.
I feel like I need to go to the gym.
Yeah, right? Probably immediately after this.
Yep. Where's the closest Planet Fitness?
All already got 42 minutes of exercise today. So
Nice. I probably got 0, like every other day of my life.
I love this freaking sauce. Do you want some of this?
I'll try
And
a
we have
little
pizza.
bit. You can tear
And
yourself
a
away from
naan.
it. Oh
So
my
this
God.
pizza is
on non-bread.
a non-bread pizza with pesto sauce, mozzarella, onions, and tomatoes.
Wow.
Probably not.
Yeah, right.
One empty
We got
plate.
an empty mozzarella bite.
Those went fast.
Yeah.
I can move this too.
So the non-bread is a totally new thing. So we've been doing flatbread pizzas for probably, I don't know, about a year and a half now. And just starting this year, we created as a build your own. So literally we have a list of like 25 ingredients. You can put whatever the heck you want on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Our favorite kind of weird pizza is the what we call the picnic pizza. So it's got hamburger, hot dogs, potato chips. What else is on that? Mustard and ketchup kind of drizzle across the top of it.
Is that the one with the chili?
No, that doesn't have the chili on it. That's so basically everything you think you eat at a pizza or at a picnic on top of a
Just all on a pizza.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Is pizza on non-bread a thing that, like, I've never seen that
I don't know if it's a thing, but we love it. And,
No, you love it.
Oh,
No, I'm not the only
Everybody
one.
loves
I'm not the only one.
I like
he
to
loves
make,
it because he is not involved in making it. Or
Right.
Yeah.
I,
I like
make a
to
lot of
make-
these damn things.
I like
actually.
to make pizzas on tortillas.
Right.
Yeah, we
That's
do
never
good
thought
too.
of
That's good
non-bread.
too. So the non-bread thing was a weekend special that we did, and it went over so well. We decided to at least give it as an option, so you can build your own pizza with just the regular flatbread, or you can build it with the non-bread. It's your choice.
So we're gushing and eating all this food. This so your new menu debuts next week.
No, November 13th.
November 13th. Okay.
We are away next weekend.
Oh, okay.
So we
fair.
didn't want them, the
Fair.
kids,
We don't
quote
want our
unquote,
kids to have to
to
deal
have
with
to
a
do
new
it when we're
menu
not
or
here.
Without you here.
We're very
that's a good idea.
hands-on.
Yeah. Programming note. When does this episode come out?
I don't know, but this pesto is really good.
15th. And what you said? 13th.
The 13th, so yeah.
Okay.
So by the time
Yeah.
you hear it, the new menu will be.
So
Yeah.
while you
We'll
are,
be good to
if you're
go.
listening to this fresh, it just the new menu just launched. Come out to Moo-Duck, eat all this amazing food.
We've had soft pretzels on the menu for, 2 years now, and this is the first one I'm eating.
Really?
Wait, for real?
Yeah, I'm just hungry.
That's hilarious.
I'm just hungry.
Yeah, that's Bart. Bart
The
doesn't.
other guy, I didn't see
No, Bart doesn't shut the fuck up,
This is true.
and he knows that. And I would say it to his face. Should we play a game?
I was just going to ask.
We got that. Yeah, we got kind of distracted here.
Sorry.
No,
not
not
at all. The best kind of distraction.
This is very true.
If there's one thing we love better than beer, it's food.
Yeah.
That pesto is good, though, right?
That pesto is so good.
Yeah, I love it.
Does this mean I have to do a thing?
I think it does. I was waiting
got
for
a
that.
face full of food, and I was like, I got to play a game.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
I
Well,
got to get my notes out.
You got to get your notes out. But, oh, man, the game show music's going to compete with the band. That's going to be... All right, here we
Be an
go.
Interesting remix.
Yeah, here we are. Wayne, what do you got?
Cheers, Internet, and welcome to Happy Fun Time Games, the podcast trivia segment that was forged in the primordial fires of the underworld. Today, we are playing a game that we played for the first time in episode 57, the last time we did a podcast at Moo-Duck, and furthermore, that was the only time we ever played this game.
Are you serious?
I am totally serious. The reason is it was actually very difficult to research this game, but I happened to either because 5 years down the road the internet just has more information, or I'm just better at Googling. I don't know. But we are playing Firstborn Brews. This is a game in which I will present to you a very well-known Pennsylvania brewery and 3 options as to which beer was part of their original lineup or the first beer that they made and sold.
Oh, boy.
And since we are celebrating an anniversary, I thought it would be appropriate to award bonus points
Ooh.
if you can tell me the year that the brewery was actually founded.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And no closest without going. You have to know the exact,
Exact year.
Exact
Oh, yeah, it's
year.
bonus points.
Also because most of them are kind of around the same time.
Oh, all right. Well,
So, So that's the game. I'm going to tell you a brewery. You know them. You love them. I'm going to give you 3 options for a beer. You have to tell me which of those 3 beers was part of their initial lineup or the very first beer they ever made. We're going to begin to my left in the hot seat.
I wasn't listening.
Is
I was not listening.
Who has no idea what's going on. Too busy paying attention to all the craziness going on. No, you should be. You should be. So
It's like you own the place or something. You're
I
not.
know, right?
I
It's
know,
almost
it's
like you
crazy
own the place. So I'm gonna. We're talking about Yards. You know Yards. Yards Brewing,
Vaguely.
Philadelphia. You know, you've heard of them.
Yeah.
They've been around for a while. One of these 3 beers was the first beer they ever made. Which one was it? Was it the Extra Special Ale, the Loyal Lager, or the Schwartz beer?
The ale.
Going with the Extra Special Ale. Mike, what do you think?
I have to agree with her, right? She's my wife.
I mean, you don't have to.
Yes, I'll go with the same.
All righty, Dan.
I'm also going to say that. And when do I get to guess the year?
We're going to do that at the end.
All right.
I'll say the L also.
Everybody's saying the Ale. Everybody is correct.
Hey!
It's the Extra Special Ale. Year founded? First
94.
One? 94. Anyone else guesses?
92.
92?
89.
89?
93.
Dan's correct. It is 1994.
I actually knew that, and I forget why, but I did know that.
Yes, Yards was founded in 1994 by friends Tom Kehoe and John Bovett, who began producing their own homebrews in 1988. Within the first few months, the Yards guys were producing 1 6-keg batch at a time out of their 3.5-barrel brew house and supplying ESA, entire porter, and several other cask-conditioned ales to bars. The first public pouring of Yards ESA was at the initial Philadelphia Craft Beer Festival on May 18, 1995, which many people believe is ground zero for today's Philadelphia beer scene. It all started with the Extra Special Ale. Moving on to another well-known Pennsylvania brewery. This one is Weyerbacher, up in Easton. Which one of these was one of Weyerbacher's first beers? Was it the barley wine, the ESB, or the Belgian triple? Mike?
Barley wine.
Mike is saying the barley wine. Kristen, don't worry. I will recap the question
Barley
for you
wine.
in a moment. Dan, barley wine, ESB, or Belgian triple?
I'm going to go triple.
Dan going with the Belgian triple. Steph?
Oh, fuck. I'm going to say the triple, too.
Steph also saying the triple. We're talking about Weyerbacher. Which one of these was one of their first beers? Barley wine, ESB, or Belgian triple?
Triple.
Also saying the triple. Everyone is incorrect.
Oh, no.
It was
ES.
it was the
Wow.
ESB. I
You
know.
after I said barley wine, I was like, I should have probably said ESB.
Trick question.
Damn it.
Trick question. What year was Weyerbacher founded?
93.
93.
Oh, God. I was going to say 04.
04.
That's way off. I don't know why that came out of my
96.
mind.
96.
I think 98.
98. Nobody got it. It was 1995. Would you believe it,
Where the hell
everyone?
did I get 04 from?
I was so distracted by the food.
Yeah.
I forgot to remind everyone that we are not just playing for pride.
Oh, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
The winner gets absolutely nothing,
But the loser.
But the loser.
gets punished.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
There's going to be a punishment.
Great.
It's going to happen at the end of the episode and last call. If you want to see it, you go to patreon.com/beerbusters and sign up to become a patron. The punishment today is admittedly kind of a lazy one. We're doing it Shaler style. I didn't have anything prepared, so I've saved a little bit of all the beers we've tasted so far.
Suicide.
We're going to do a suicide. We're going to mix them all together, and the loser has to at least try it. You don't have to chug it.
We actually have a regular who every
We
time
have
he's
people
here
here
does
who do
a
it all the
suicide.
time. What?
So what we'll do it like trial by combat. If you don't want to do it, you can just nominate someone at the bar to do it in your stead. So that's what's on the line. We're doing a suicide punishment. We're going to film it. You can watch it on Patreon, just so everyone knows. Moving on to our next brewery of the game, and Dan is going to guess first on this one. This is Trogs. Trogs Brewing Company.
Imperial Pat just walked in.
Hey, Imperial Pat. We know Imperial Pat.
Hey.
Imperial Pat. Which
That big day.
which of the following beers
Big Dave thought we were
was
talking about it.
Trogs' first beer? Was it the Sunshine Pilsner? Was it the Dreamweaver Wheat? Or the American Pale Ale?
I'm going to go American Pale Ale.
American Pale Ale for 500, Bob. Steph?
I'll say the same.
Also saying Pale Ale. Kristen?
Pilsner.
Saying the Pilsner. And Mike?
Pale ale.
Saying the Pale Ale. The Pale Ales have it.
Hey!
It was the American Pale Ale. What year was Trogs founded? Anyone?
Oh, shit.
Anyone?
Oh,
How
God.
many times have we taken that
94.
damn tour?
97?
94. Locking in 94?
96 for me.
97?
We've all done that
97,
tour
I
many
think. I don't know.
Oh! And the Moo-Duck family gets it.
All
It
right.
was 1997.
Copycat.
Yes, Trogs was founded after the brothers Chris and John Trogner discovered the burgeoning microbrew scene in California. They returned to central Pennsylvania to found Trogs in an old warehouse on Paxton Street in Harrisburg and sold their first pint of Trogs Pale Ale on July 18th, 1997. Anyone know where the name actually came from? Like, obviously Trogner, but there's more to it. I never knew this. It's on their website, obviously. I read it. So it's a combination of Trogner, their last name, and the word Krog, K-R-O-E-G, which is Flemish for pub.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
If you don't know, now you know. All right, we are on to our final brewery of the game, and we are going to recap the score real quick, including bonus points. Kristen only has 2. Mike has 3. Dan has 3, and Steph has 2. So Kristen and Steph both in danger of being punished. It all comes down to this. So I'm going to let them go last, and I'm going to have the gentleman go first, beginning with Mike. Our last brewery is Stouts. You know them.
Oh.
You love them. They've been around forever. Which one of these was Stouts' first beer? Was it their Pils, their Gold Lager, or their Scarlet Lady Red Ale?
Scarlet Lady.
Saying the Scarlet Lady, Dan.
I will also say Scarlet Lady.
Also saying
Wait,
Scarlet
say the
Lady.
3 again?
Pils. Pilsner. They call it Pils.
I know what a fucking Pils is.
I know, but like the official branded name of it is the Stouts Pils.
I know.
The Gold Lager or the Scarlet Lady, which is one of my favorite beers in the world.
I think it was the lager.
Saying the lager. All right. Kristen?
I'm gonna say lager just because it makes sense.
Makes fucking sense.
Oh, the lady saying lager, and they are both correct. Yes, it is the Gold Lager. So let's see. That puts 3, 3, 3, 3. Everyone is tied.
Can I get an extra bonus point by telling you the month that they were opened?
I don't think that's fair. You have an advantage.
I do. You're right.
You do. You do. All right. Dan's not allowed to
Oh,
participate.
fuck you.
No. Okay. Dan, go last.
All right, I will go last.
Because I'm pretty sure Dan remembers this. What year was Stouts founded?
Shit.
Oh my god, it's like the 80s. It was in the 80s.
89.
89, saying Steph.
88.
88, says Kristen.
1990.
1990, says Mike.
It was May of 1987.
Dan is absolutely correct. It was May of 1987, the same time he was founded.
I was founded in May of 1987 as well. I'm the same
Yes.
age as Stouts.
Indeed. So Dan gets a bonus point. Yes, founded in 1987 by the legendary Carol Stout.
I knew
the
they
first,
just celebrated 40 years.
the first female brewmaster in the U.S. since Prohibition. Stouts Brewing's first beer is still around today, the Helles Style Gold Lager.
Still my favorite.
Remains one of their core beers amongst many amazing and unmatched, truly traditional, finely crafted beers. We could go on and on and on, but you can also listen to podcast episode 162 where we were at Stouts with Carol, and it was legendary. So we're going to add up the points real quick here.
Okay, we have to stay focused.
Thank you, Carol. And we have
Hit the button.
Is it?
but it's a
been a
sad
long
one.
oh, no.
It's a sad
Oh,
one.
no.
Yes.
It's a German Sparkle losing party.
Yes. It is yeah, I know, right?
Looking at the notebook.
It is a Belgian Butter Brigade.
Oh, my God. What
The Senegalese Suicide Squad.
What happened to Polish Pickle Party?
The Polish Pickle Party. Sitting at the bottom, all getting punished with only 3 points. Kristen, Mike, and Steph. Three
I feel like we
losers.
did okay. Like, seriously. Like,
It was a good showing. It was a
You
very
did.
good showing.
Dan
I'm
eked
all right
out.
with it.
Eked
I'm
out.
all right with it.
With
See,
1987.
but I got 3 out of the 4. I may not have gotten any of the bonus points, but I got 3 out of the 4.
You're still getting
Here.
punished.
You're still getting punished.
Whatever.
So let's not forget,
you
punishment
both.
is forthcoming at the end of the episode. We will film it. We will put it on Patreon. Check it out.
We gotta try the rest of the beers first to add them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we will. We'll get there. But
I can
first,
hit buttons.
a little bit of housekeeping. This is the part of the podcast where we shout out to our most generous patrons on Patreon, we would like to thank, from the bottom of our hearts, the following individuals. James Lambert.
I'm never amused.
Jan Shank.
I still want some beer out of that egg.
Joe Mansell.
Edit point.
PA Brew Review.
Oh, that smell.
Mark Modugno.
Oops, I just sharded.
Topher Simmons.
I'm so fancy. You didn't even know?
Poor Man's Brewing Company.
I love all people.
Kathy Obashevsky.
I'm a sad French horn.
Eric Dixon. Nate Fockman.
Filled with yummy goodness.
Brian Mills.
No.
4 to 7 inches.
Yeah, Brian. Wolfgang Von Colt.
Mama said foosball to devil.
Jen McDonald. I also like whale sperm. Marilyn Engelman.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Josh Price.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Josh.
Sunday.
Shut up, Wayne. Josh Price. Cerveceria. Oh, there he is again. Ron McDonald. Holy shit. And Victoria Miles.
Shut up, Wesley.
But before we go on, I forgot to do something.
Oh, no. What'd you do?
We have new patrons and upgrading patrons, and I totally forgot. Where are they? Where are they? Yes, please. Oh, my God, the Patreon app updated. Where are the notifications?
Oh, no.
What is happening? Oh, my God, I don't know how to internet. Please help. What is going on? All right, so I know we have... all right, I'm going to shout out to Sean Sullivan.
Cheese and bread.
Who recently became a patron. And I also know that Jill Chivers recently upped her donation.
9.
If I forgot anyone else, I'm sorry because I don't know how to use the internet because they decided to change the app and I don't know how it works anymore. But thank you so much. If you want to find out how to get on this list and get all the cool behind-the-scenes stuff, go to patreon.com/beerbusters. But Dan,
somebody's got to pay for all this shit.
Let's settle up that tab.
Yep.
Say, Yvonne, remember when I said I'd have to send away to NASA to calculate your bar tab?
Oh, yeah. We all had a good laugh, Mo.
The results came back today. You owe me $70 billion.
Hey, guys, we want to tell you about Audible. Audible has audiobooks available for download, and you can listen to them on the go, in the car, while you're jogging, while you're drinking beer. You can find books like Brewing Up a Business, Adventures in Beer from the founder of Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, revised and updated. Find books like that and more at audibletrial.com/beerbusters. Once again, go to audibletrial.com/beerbusters. Get a free 30-day trial of Audible and download and keep one audiobook forever. No, your beers.
No, your beers.
Hey, Steph, what do we got?
Not hops.
Not hops. Oh, I was going to shout hops.
Oh, my God.
So I thought since we were here and one of the things we're celebrating is the barrel-aged King Slava, I thought we were talk about some advice for homebrewers that want to try to barrel-age beers.
I'm going to listen very intently.
So this is from beerandbrewing.com, and these are 6 tips to help you get started in barrel-aging your own homebrew.
Yeah.
Step 1.
Get a barrel.
You need a barrel. Smaller boutique distilleries often use 10 to 15-gallon barrels that are unsuitable for the volume of commercial breweries, yet are the perfect scale for many homebrewers. The key when approaching these micro distilleries is time to get the best flavor from the barrel. It's ideal to fill it with beer the day or two after the distiller has emptied it. The more spirits that remain in the barrel, the better. They'll keep the barrel sanitary. In the event that you can't fill the barrel immediately, keep the barrel wet by using handles of off-the-shelf whiskey rather than employing more dramatic methods such as sanitizers, hot water, or steam. New oak barrels are commonly available from homebrewing retailers, although these will impart different flavors to your beer than barrels previously used to age spirits. Don't bother trying to condition these barrels with commercial spirits. They can be a more effective option for those homebrewers who focus on barrels as souring vessels, however. Step 2, what's good for the goose? Generally speaking, expect one effective use from a used spirit barrel. After that, don't expect the same barrel to impart similar spirit characters to your beer. Achieving great results with barrel projects requires patience and is generally requires more than one barrel. Homebrewers can take a cue from commercial brewers. In this regard, few commercial brewers release single barrel beers because blending gives them more opportunity to imbue their finished beer with a broader range of flavors. Number 3, taste it and be patient. Let the beer go several months between tasting. Use a stainless steel drill bit to put nail holes into barrels and stainless steel nails to plug those holes.
Can we also use plastic?
No. Sanitize the nails after taking samples. There's no predicting when a particular barrel will be ready. Number 4, get the most out of the fruit additions. Add fruit in a series of 2 additions, starting with an initial 3-month conditioning, after which you can rack the beer into a new carboy and add fresh fruit for another 3 weeks before kegging. Number 5, prevent infection. You should have 2 sets of wine. You should have 2 sets of all of your materials, including siphons, and keep dedicated lines within your kegerator just for sours. And finally, blend it. Blend the base beer from multiple barrels to achieve the taste profile that you are looking for. So there you go. Barrel away and have fun.
Can I use bananas as my fruit?
Nope. Because that's dumb.
I'm still eating a hot dog.
There's more beer to drink.
There is. Maybe we should do that.
Beer me! Beer me! Beer me! Beer me!
Round 2, fight.
So we had the top selling beer, so it's going to be all down here from here, right? So
I know these have been taunting me for a while.
What should we do first?
The first one we're doing is actually the first one on your paddle there. So this is a beer that I've had kind of stewing in my mind for a long time. And I was just waiting for the right time to brew it and the right opportunity and the right name for it. And it all kind of just came together. So this is this app makes me an expert.
Try not to spit it
Best
out.
beer name ever.
I mean, I don't know which app, but
almost did a spit take.
whichever one you want to call
one.
it makes you an expert.
Twitter.
So, again, I had this kind of stewing in my mind for a long
Snapchat.
time of, all the Saisons you ever get are all these kind of nice light yellow beers. And I said, why can't we make an amber-colored Saison? So I threw it out there. Our good friends down there at Poor Man's Brewing, and Ryan, the brewmaster there, loved the idea as well. So we got together here at Moo-Duck, and we brewed an amber Saison. So what we did with this beer is we actually blended my favorite Saison yeast, which is a French Saison yeast, with just a regular Belgian Saison yeast. And we added some special beef for some color to that. There's a little bit of Munich in there.
Wait, did you say you added some special beef?
Yeah, we got B, special B. And it's actually
Some
between this
Wagyu.
beer and another beer is the two that I've been kind of drinking tonight. This just came out today. I love this beer. It's nice and dry, but it's nice amber color. It just feels like a nice, perfect fall beer for me.
It is really nice. There's something, and maybe it's because of the food, there's something lagery about it. It has like I don't know. I mean, it's obviously not a lot. Maybe it's the amber that's giving it.
It could be the amber that's kind of giving it
tricking
that kind
me
of feel to it,
psychologically,
yeah,
but it's really nice.
Special beef.
Sunday.
Special beef. The name of this damn podcast.
Special beef.
Special beef.
Well, now it has to be.
Damn right.
So shout out to Poor Man's.
Yes.
Yeah, we love
collaborating on this awesome beer.
That's great.
I love
Yeah.
a Saison. I love a Saison with an unexpected twist.
And with a name like that.
And of course, yeah.
Yeah, so we figured that there's not going to be too many people that understand an amber Saison, and we thought it would be the perfect name for that beer. And
1 star, not my style.
yeah, it's not my style. It's too dark for a Saison.
I don't like Saisons.
Bart
Right.
is buying everyone beer right now.
Of course he is.
I love
I
it.
like how he still asked if Rich wanted one.
What's next?
Never.
Are we doing?
Yeah, let's not do Denver yet. Let's do the Toes.
Toes.
Yeah. So this is the other one I've been drinking tonight, and this is the one I'm drinking right now. So this is my Toes Are Cold. It's a English brown ale, 6%, nice easy drinking,
this
full of
smells so
flavor. It's actually the beer I make that I take to our hunting camp for the fall, and just a beer. We released this. I thought it was just going to be like a one-off, quick, on and off. It's a brown ale. Nobody's going to care. And it's been one of our best-selling beers whenever we release it. So we went from brewing it on our original kind of pilot 1.5 barrel system to now we brew it on the 5 barrel system. We're probably going to brew it twice this winter on the 5 barrel system because
nice.
it sells that well.
It's really nice.
So
It's really
goddamn
good.
good.
Very malty.
Oh.
Nice caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice caramel coming through.
Take your next sip now because you're not getting it back.
That's all right. I finished the rest of them, so.
That's true, you did.
So again, when this beer comes on, it's probably the beer that I drink more than any other beer that we have on our tap list when it's on.
This is so good.
That one's going to add an interesting twist to the punishment.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. Well, brown sugar. Why you taste
Brown
so good.
sugar. This is delicious. You don't
So, yeah.
see many of these anymore, and that's a damn shame.
Yeah. I mean, I love the maltier styles. I mean, I'll consider myself a hophead. I'll drink a hoppy beer all day long, but I don't only drink hoppy.
Right.
I like to mix it up, and when this comes on, I love it. It's simple beer, 2 rows, some Munich, a little bit of caramel malt, lightly hopped with some I think it's Willamette in there.
It makes a good digestif.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being fucking fancy.
I'm Wayne, and I know big words.
I'm surprised you don't have like a pocket block of cheese then too.
A pocket block of cheese. Oh man!
I'm writing
All
that
right. Yep.
I am saving some of this beer for later.
Actually, yeah, this would be an interesting one to let it warm up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It'll probably get a little sweeter, a little maltier,
just like me.
Yeah. When you warm up.
When I warm up, which is never, because I'm always cold on the inside. Because I'm dead on the inside.
Jeez.
It's true.
All right, should we do never or should we do the big one?
No, we got to do never because
we
that
got to
we
do
have to
Never
save.
first.
for
Yeah,
last.
we have to save the other one.
Yep. Oh, all right. I know
So
where
this is our venture into the hazy IPA. This is called She'll Never Let Us Call It That. 8%, about 50 IPUs.
It's called She'll Never Let Us Call It That?
Yeah. She'll, of course, being Kristen.
Of course. I like how you're bringing that up as she's not at the
she's
table.
not at the table.
Yeah.
No, she fully, and this is the beer actually she's drinking.
She'll never let you call it that, but she'll happily drink it.
But she'll happily drink it. So we first made this as just a homebrew size batch with Imperial Pat. We actually served it at our first time at Little Big Beer Fest.
Yeah. I thought
As
we had
the
it there.
Little Big Beer Fest IPA
yeah.
was called
We
at
talked
the
about
time.
this before.
Yes.
And when we decided to scale it up, we brewed it up, and we weren't going to continue to call it Little Big Beer Fest IPA because that'd be weird if it's not at the actual fest. So we needed a name for it, and literally we passed around notepads through the brewery and had just people write down like fun beer names for it. And at the end of the night, as I started looking down the list, I kept saying the exact same thing after every name, saying, "She'll never let us call it that. She'll never let us call it that. She'll never let us call it that." And after 3 or 4 sheets of paper, I said, "You know what? I think we have the name for this beer."
Yeah.
She'll never let us call it. Do you still have those sheets of paper?
We should have kept them. Actually, that would
You really should have.
Oh, do you remember? Do you
And people
remember?
always ask, "Well, what is it that she wouldn't let you call it?" And there was not one
It was
thing in
just all of
particular.
them.
It was just like all of them. Whether
But
it was
wouldn't that
like,
be a great perk to be a member?
right? You get to
A members club
yeah.
perk to get to see
The list. Do you remember
the
any
beer,
of them?
those that
I
shall
don't
not be
remember any
named.
of them.
No pictures
And-
allowed.
And they were different things. Like some of them were just like not that great of names. So like,
They
no,
were
she won't let
all-
us call it that.
A lot of them were silly, but you did say that. I said, because I kept saying she'll never let us call it that. I said, why don't you just call it that?
Right. That's
Because
the one.
that's the name.
That's the
There you
name.
go.
So this has got wheat. It's got oats. It's got all the fun players of the hazy IPA game. There is no lactose in it, which is a good thing. It's got Citra and Mosaic, which are some of the big heavy hitter hops. There is a little bit of old school twist to it, is that we do put some Cascade hops in it. I think it still falls into a little bit of that Midwest category that we talked about with Hoppy Toad. Like it's got some bitterness to it, which I actually
It does,
enjoy.
yeah.
But yeah, it's still got some of those kind of nice juicy flavors that all the cool kids like.
Yeah, definitely a crowd pleaser of a beer.
I like that it's not overly sweet like other
No, it's
hazy.
not.
No, it's not. It's not sweet at all. Which is, like I said, there's no lactose in it.
Yeah.
It's all late hop, whirlpool hops, and then crap load of dry hops.
Yeah,
as,
it's
as
still got-
course, and
Got like a sharper, almost like pineapple juiciness as opposed to like a citrusy. And
as Kristen leaves the table.
she seems
again.
a little flabbergasted.
She's got to work.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
So this beer's popular. We say we sell the brown ale very well. Of course, we sell the hazy IPA very well too, and we are known to make some good on the hazy games.
That's a bacon wrap pickle.
What?
Whoa!
What?
Who are you, and what have you done with Rich Hefner?
All right, fair.
Rich approves of the pretzel.
He's Bruce of the pretzel. So we release this beer like maybe 3-4 times a year. It's not a constant in a rotation, but it's not one that just gets a like kind of year-round number to it either. So we like it. It sells well. It's a good beer.
I'm kind of surprised that you said the wheat one was the top seller because I would have expected something like this.
Okay,
to be.
so
this isn't a
yeah, it's not
year-round.
a year-round beer.
True,
so-
true. I guess if we take that into effect, yeah.
And the Hoppy Toads are number 2. And the thing about Hoppy
Yeah.
Toad is there's always other hoppy beers on besides the Hoppy Toad. So it kind of evens out,
Yeah.
what people are drinking if they want a hoppy beer. They'll come in for the Hoppy Toad because they know it, it's familiar. But if we have a different hoppy beer on, they're probably going to try that as well.
Yeah.
Where the Remedy is unique in its own right. So it's our year-round kind of light beer.
Yeah.
So if people are coming in and say, I want something kind of light, that's where we steer them. But it's also a beer that's unique, with the chamomile and the honey in it. If I'm like kind of a beer person, quote unquote, and I see there's a beer with honey and chamomile in it, I'm probably going to try it because
Yeah.
it sounds unique and sounds cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's where the Remedy kind of picks up points. And there's literally people that come in that maybe not only drink the Remedy, but they'll always at least have a remedy while they're here each time.
Yeah.
So we have one more beer.
Yeah, we do.
No, but he's naked.
Damn it, Slava, put some clothes on.
That's tomorrow.
Yes,
Tomorrow he puts the
tomorrow he
barrel
gets his
on.
barrel on. So so this is our anniversary stout. Last year I did this. So we make King Slava every year. King Slava is a bourbon barrel Russian imperial stout. So this is the first time where we've done a whole weekend celebration because it's our 5th year. So usually it's just a all day long Saturday celebration. And during that all day long Saturday celebration, we've always released kind of small batch variants of King Slava. And one of the variants we did last year, because we thought it'd be fun, would be the unbarrel aged version, aka Naked Slava.
The look on
man.
Steph's face.
She's got a little smile going on.
I don't want to give it to you.
Fuck you. How dare you keep this from
So
me?
this year, as an all weekend celebration, I thought it'd be fun to do a whole, half keg of just Naked King Slava, and it's just a big, bold Russian Imperial Stout, full of flavor, lots of kind of dark chocolate cocoa and all kinds of fun stout things going on with it.
It's fun stout things, yes. What's the ABV on it?
So it actually
Crack
is
doubles?
just about. It's in the high 9s.
Okay.
So that one we know. We've always kind of guessed what the actual King Slava's ABV is because we don't have the sophisticated equipment to be able to put a little drop on a computer thing that tells you exactly what the ABV is. So it's always been kind of a guess. So this is a little over 9.5% going into the barrel. Coming out of the barrel, we guess it gives it about
A little
point.
bit more.
Yeah. So
It is, I mean,
Don't take the pizza.
perfect.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
don't take the pizza.
Wow.
Hands on the pizza is really good. The fresh tomatoes.
So the bourbon barrel aged version of it.
yeah.
Several questions.
Here we go.
And we have some now.
That's
Yes,
one of them.
We will definitely have some.
Yes. You know what? Forget the rest of them.
Right?
Are we going to do that in last call? Do you want to do
that's
the
a good question. I don't
we
know.
do naked now and then do the bourbon barrel for last
I
call?
feel like we should get naked in last call, not now.
I know, right? We kind of did this
We did it
reverse,
backwards.
perhaps.
I have a lot of shame, so I'm keeping my clothes on.
It is kind of warm in here.
Well, I'm going outside. Am I allowed to ask?
Yeah,
what,
let's ask questions about the bourbon barrel. Sure, yeah.
what kind of bourbon?
It's a Buffalo Trace.
I bought a bar of soap that's made with Buffalo Trace.
And that we change that every year. And, part of it's based on...
He did. It's in the
That
shower.
was
I've seen
Dan.
it.
That was Dan getting naked right there.
That's as close as we're going to get.
So part of it's based on what barrels I can find. And I
sense.
try to switch it every year. So we've done Heaven Hill. We've done Woodford Reserve.
Oh, Woodford.
We've done Jack Daniels. So this year, Buffalo Trace was the one that we've never used before that they happened to have in stock at the right time. And so we brewed this beer in early January, let it ferment. After fermentation was complete, we kegged one full half barrel of it, and the rest went into barrels.
Nice.
So that's been in there. We just took this out, actually, last week. So it's been in a full little over 10 months.
What has been your favorite bourbon that you've used for the barrels?
They're all pretty similar and all pretty unique. We had maybe, I think, talked about this earlier a little bit. We do have most variants we have all of them in bottles, and we have most of them in kegs. And it would be interesting to see, over time. Each year you're looking forward to that beer so much because it only comes out once a year and it's so good that immediately when you drink it, you're like, oh my God, I fucking missed this beer, So it's hard to say which one's your favorite.
Yeah.
But I will say the one that got people the most excited was probably the Woodford Reserve barrel.
Okay. I can see it. I love Woodford. Oh, I love Woodford. All right. I think that's all the questions I have about the bourbon one. I lie. So you have most variants. Are you're selling them this weekend? Or are you saving them
No,
for
2
later?
tomorrow and 1 on Sunday.
So tomorrow, we'll have 2 small batch variants of this year's version. We do somewhere close to the first day of winter event every year called Woodfest, where we have literally all barrel-aged beers on tap. So I've been kind of saving some of these Slavas. We'll probably bring out maybe a 2017 or something like that Slava to put on tap for that day.
Are you going to save more for next year then, too?
Yeah, like I said, each year we keep at least a sixtel
Nice.
of each variant
That's cool.
bring out for a special occasion.
We're going to do the 10-year vertical in 5 more years.
I would like to do that, actually.
That'd be awesome.
I was thinking, like, the bottles, like, I'm personally saving at home would be fun to, like,
Yeah.
do, like, an ultra-exclusive ticketed, like, 10-people event where you do the vertical of literally all of them.
10 people plus a podcast.
Of course.
And total aside on that Woodfest that we do every year at the beginning of winter, the special menu item is a smoked fatty.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah, so
bacon wrapped.
So you bacon lovers on the table will love
bacon
this one.
wrapped pork.
Sausage.
Bacon wrapped pork sausage with cheese and onions in the middle and smoked.
With a bacon weave. Yeah.
It's weaved.
So pork, and pork.
Yes.
Yes. With a little bit of cheese.
And cheese.
With a little bit of
And a little bit of cheese. So one of my other...
They're like this big.
I don't know if I
Wow.
call it a hobby at this point anymore, but I am a little bit of a barbecue guy, and we do have a large smoker out back, and it's something, if I wasn't busy with this whole brewing thing all the time, I would probably bring out a whole bunch more than what we do for now. But we do a pig roast every year. We do the smoked fatties every year, and it's another one of those things that, it's kind of fun to be able to pull out and have special food events with the smoked meats every year.
So when should I be here for smoked fatty?
December 18th this year.
The Wednesday before the solstice.
It's always the Wednesday closest to the first day of winter. Being that Wednesday is one of our, it's not slow, but it's one of our slower days. So we'd like to drum up kind of special events that we can do that we'll pack the house actually as much, if not more, than what it is now for that particular event on a Wednesday night. So it's a good revenue maker.
That's cool.
In the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, there's a picture. There's a picture.
Okay,
it looks like a meat football with cheese inside of it.
I'll be here. I'll be here, and I'll be dead the next day, but I'll be here.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we like bacon and
they spent
creating
hours
menu
the day
items
before
around bacon.
weaving the bacon to make
Man.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be hard.
It's
be a lot of work.
It's a pain in the butt, I ain't going to lie, but it's worth it in the end.
Bart's still working the room. Oh, man.
Yeah, he's enjoying the
Slava?
naked Slava, yeah.
That's a big glass of Slava.
His member glass.
So another one of the perks of the member glass is you get any beer
get
in
a
your
member-
member glass.
oh, even a
whether it's King
Imperial
Slava,
Stout.
Naked Slava, the barley wine, or the triple, or any of the beers we do, you get it in your member glass.
Alaskan lager.
Right?
Last year we did have some people sleeping on the grain bags.
I'm anxious to get to the barrel aged.
Are we saving that for last
I think we should
call?
do that
I think
last
we
call.
are. I think we are. So if you want to
So
hear,
let's end this already.
if you want to hear me react to the barrel aged Slava,
If you want
which
to hear no,
which
Dan reacts.
yeah, don't say it. I know where you're going with that. Don't say it. Don't. Patreon is where you need to go. Patreon.com/beerbusters. As little as $1 a month. Just pay.
All you need.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's $1. It's $1. You spend more on coffee that you shouldn't drink.
Is nobody going to drink this?
Which one is that?
Go right ahead. The Never.
Oh, there's still some there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Top
okay.
off.
I will.
All right. Now, if anyone would like to follow Moo-Duck, where can they find you on the interwebs?
You can find us on our brand new website, mooduckbrewery.com.
All right.
We're also on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Moo-Duck Brewery.
Although we don't
Did you
Twitter
hear
very
that?
often.
They're on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
we don't Twitter very often.
As long as you
can't
have an
stand
account
tweet.
that
Oh,
I
we
can
have the
tag
account.
when the episode comes out, that's all I want.
It's so exhausting. I can't stand tweeting. I just don't.
Yeah, Twitter's kind of annoying these days. It's
You
always
know-
been annoying. Let's be honest.
Brief little tangent. I don't post anything to my personal social medias. I just read them. Like I read Twitter, I read Facebook. The only posting I ever do is for the podcast. I don't actually. It's very passive, the social media experience for me. It's more of a media experience and not so much social.
It's not social.
I'm at the point right now where it's exhausting. I do all of our social media for Moo-Duck,
Yeah.
and it's just exhausting. Because I'm like, oh my god, how many words is this going to be? Because I have to put it on everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
You
can't.
copy and paste it in Twitter, and the circle turns red, and you're like, motherfucker.
Yep. Good old Twitter. At least it's 280 characters
It's
now?
more than it was, yeah.
Instead of the boring 140.
And the pictures and links no longer. Yeah, a while ago they changed
Yeah.
that. And pictures used to count against your character count. They don't
because it
anymore.
was the URL that was.
And they shorten the link so that the length of the link doesn't count against your
They're listening,
character
sort
count.
of.
Yeah. So, also Snapchat exists.
It does.
Are we on?
Does it?
Technically, we are.
Actually, there is a Beer Busters Snapchat account.
It's Beerbusters Pod, if I remember right.
There's also a Beer Busters MySpace.
Oh, that's right.
Still.
Oh, God.
And isn't there a video on there of you drinking bourbon or something out of one of those little hugs when you were like...
No, I was 18. We were in Canada. The little hug was there, and it was also Wildcat was the beer.
God, we are on here. I just added us.
Yeah, I don't know if
on
it's still
Snapchat?
there because when MySpace sold to Rupert Murdoch, they erased a lot of data that was there.
Oh, well, it might be up there.
It
I
might
don't
be
know.
there.
Maybe.
The account is still there.
We can put it on our YouTube channel.
Put us in your top 8.
Also, 805-991-BEER is a phone number you should
Holy
call
hell.
if you're bored.
Call, text. Brian Mills texted
Yes.
that recently.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What
I
did he
forget what it
text?
was. I'm going to look at it right now. Sorry.
Text or call us, and maybe Dan will tell the rest of us when it happens.
Well, nobody fucking uses it anymore.
So I was just interrupted by one of our regulars just now,
Yes.
who enjoyed the band so much that he's having a party here in December on a Sunday, and he just convinced them to come back and play.
Oh, nice.
On
Oh,
a
that's
Sunday
cool.
afternoon
Oh, that's
for
cool.
them. I was like, our regular customers are gonna be like, music on a Sunday from 1 to 4. Hey, you know.
Why not? Why not? The band was very good.
He texted the Simpsons meme, me in my 40s telling drinkers in their 20s how IPAs used to be
Oh,
better.
yeah.
The grandpa
He
talking
put
to
that
the kids.
on.
I put it on our Insta.
Yep, that one.
I shared it on Facebook. I don't think I credited him.
Yeah, we actually didn't taste the. We have a super old school IPA on right now called Senescence. It's a red IPA.
Ooh,
It's like
My
Chinook and
favorite
Cascade
beer.
hops, like super red caramelly color, and just super like IPA of 1998 or whatever
Wow.
you would say. Like
That's the one I get at home. I get paid in beer, actually.
Could have been one of the beers.
So I have a Sissel at home, and I kicked it yesterday. I'm very sad.
Oh. It could have been one of the beers in today's game.
it's true.
Yeah.
Could have
All right,
been.
well, let's wrap this up.
Yes,
Let's get to
yes.
the punishment last
Remember,
call.
follow Beer Busters on Twitter
The
and
internet
Instagram at Beer
exists.
Busters.
We
You know,
are there.
You know where to find us. Rate and review if you feel so inclined. Our podcast and all
Yep.
the other podcasts that you listen to on
You know how
whichever
to do
app.
the things.
Thank you for listening, of course, and huge
Smash
thank
that like
you.
button.
Huge thank you to Mike and Kristen for having us out here.
hey, thanks for joining us, guys. This has been fun.
Oh, of course. Thank
Yeah,
you for
it was great to
scheduling
finally
this a
come back.
year ahead of time, so we had a lot of time to look forward to it.
Thanks for making me talk.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy to. It's great when the both of you are
And
on.
this will be their first last call.
That's true.
That
We
is
didn't
true.
have last call.
We didn't have
Yeah.
last call
Definitely our
before.
first
We didn't do last call.
I don't even think we've told you what
Nope.
that is yet.
I don't know
That's
what
kind
it
of
is.
how we roll.
I mean, I kind of know what it is.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, you got more ahead of you. Plus, I mean, you guys have to drink
Only a
the suicide.
couple
And there's the punishment.
Oh, we
What
got
do
to
you
do
mean,
the
you
punishment.
guys?
Well, 3 of us.
Yeah, the
Oh.
three of you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
Steph's got to do it.
I won.
I'll try it.
I'll probably do it too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's be
That's
honest.
usually what happens.
We should bring Matt Libby up. I think he would like to drink it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, unfortunately, this does bring us to the end of another episode of Beer Busters. And congrats to Moo-Duck for the 5 years. It's well deserved. You guys are doing a hell of a thing. Conversation is in fact something that you should do here. No TVs. No TVs ever. Yeah.
A lot of no's.
Yeah, no TVs, but definitely converse with the people that are here. There's a lot that they're doing in the community. You guys are
Our
awesome.
favorite word is no.
No.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
No.
It's great to finally be back.
No.
No.
Well, I am.
No, it wasn't.
I am Dan Baker, joined by my co-host and brewologist.
No.
It's a meant and
Maybe that
fermented.
should be the name. No.
No.
Nah. Sorry.
We'll see you next time.
Not feeling it. No TVs, no seltzer.